Welcome to the Historical Panorama channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this one. A native of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Malcolmson won the amateur title in the 1923 competition and returned to defeat the reigning champion, Mary Campbell, who was seeking her third consecutive crown. At the time, the relatively new beauty contest was sometimes still referred to as the Atlantic City pageant, and the winner was called the Golden Mermaid. In an article published after the competition, Malcolmson shared her 10 rules for beauty with others. Briefly listed, they are: 1. Rise early. 2. Have a hearty breakfast. 3. Exercise. 4. No alcohol. 5. Smoking is harmful. 6. Go outside. 7. Eat a light lunch. 8. Have a substantial dinner. 9. Go to bed early. 10. Sleep. Founded on April 16, 1924, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer is a media company etched in everyone's memory for its successful films. Since 1957, the company has used the roaring sound and image of a lion named Leo as its logo. The phrase Ars Gratia Artis, added to the logo in 1916, means art for art's sake. After the logo shoot, Leo the lion reportedly attacked and killed his trainer, 2 trainer assistants, and an actor. Although not based on scientific research, it is said that during the shoot, Leo the lion's 4 legs were tied. Wagner was an aeronaut and contortionist who worked for numerous traveling circuses. In 1904, while working as an aeronaut at the Louisiana Purchase Exposition and traveling with circuses and sideshows, she met Gus Wagner, a tattoo artist who described himself as the most artistically marked up man in America. She traded a romantic date with him for a tattoo lesson, and a few years later, they were married. Together, they had a daughter named Loteva, who started tattooing at the age of 9 and went on to become a tattoo artist herself. As her husband's apprentice, Wagner learned how to make traditional, hokey-pokey tattoos, despite the invention of the tattoo machine by Samuel O'Reilly on December 8, 1891, and became a tattooist herself. The Wagners were among the last tattoo artists to work by hand without the aid of modern tattoo machines. Maud Wagner was known as the first female tattoo artist in the United States. After leaving the circus, Maud and Gus Wagner traveled across the United States, working both as tattoo artists and as tattooed attractions in vaudeville houses, county fairs, and amusement parlors. They are recognized for bringing the art of tattooing to inland areas, far from the coastal towns and cities where the practice had originated. Robert Pershing Wadlow, also known as the Alton Giant, was born in Alton, Illinois. At the time of his death, he was 2.72 meters tall, 8 feet 11 inches, and weighed 220 kilos, 485 pounds. His great height and continued growth were due to pituitary hypertrophy, an overgrowth of the pituitary gland, and the excessive production of growth hormone, which explained why he never stopped growing until his death. In the last years of his life, his body could no longer support his height. He needed leg braces to walk and had very little sensation in his feet and legs. On June 27, 1940, just 18 days before his death, his height was measured at 2.72 meters at Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis. At the time of his death, he was one of America's most famous people. Pauline Musters, known as Princess Pauline, was the shortest woman ever recorded, standing at only 61 centimeters, 24 inches tall. She was born on February 26, 1876, in the small village of Ossendrecht in North Brabant. Sometimes called Princess Paulina, Pauline measured just 30 centimeters, 11.8 inches at birth, and her family did not expect her to survive. Little did they know that Pauline would not only survive, but also thrive and change their lives with her fame. Her family began showcasing her at fairs in Belgium and the Netherlands before her first birthday, and people paid good money to see the tiny girl. By the age of 9, Pauline had grown to only 54.1 cm, 21.5 inches, and weighed 4,5 os, 1.95 kilos. Her small stature made her a worldwide sensation, and she toured theatres across Europe. She made her biggest breakthrough in show business when she traveled to New York in December 1894 to perform at Proctor's Theatre on Broadway, earning $1,000 a week. Doctors, concerned about her fragile health, had warned her not to travel. Tragically, shortly after her arrival, she contracted pneumonia and meningitis. Pauline died in early 1895 at the age of 19. In the Netherlands, England, Ireland, and several other countries, there was a profession that started during the Industrial Revolution and continued for some time, when alarm clocks were neither cheap nor reliable. This profession was that of a knocker-up, whose job was to wake people up so they could get to work on time. By the 1940s and 1950s, this profession had almost entirely disappeared, but it continued in some pockets of industrial England until the early 1970s. A knocker-up would use a baton or a short heavy stick to knock on clients' doors, or a long lightweight pole, often made of bamboo, to reach windows on higher floors. A famous photo taken by John Topham in 1931 shows a knocker-up using a pea shooter in East London. For their services, the knocker-up would be paid a few pence a week. Some knocker-ups would not leave the client's window until they were sure the client was awake, while others would just knock a few times and then move on.